infrastructure, network infrastructure planning. So in this 750 square meters of interface. So as you see, I've put around 3 access points. I'm writing this planning in the unified design, and as it's very easy to use. So I planned a 3 access point. So it will everyone will be coverage around 250 square meters. So they will install around 2.7 meters height. So I will use Cisco infrastructures. So for example, the Cisco Catalyst 9130, it is an 8x8 access point, and it costs a little bit in my country. So it's already $700. As you see here, 930 costs you very less money to get one. And so in the right side and the middle side is my high density network area. So they use a lot of my network airtimes or traffic coming from this area. So on my left side, so it will be a less traffic area. So using a Catalyst 9130AXI. So this one will provide me around 2x2 MIMO, less at time, but around 10 device connection abilities. And in the middle area, more office or people using with computers, so they may need faster or high response speeds on networking. So 8x8 to provide enough airtime. And due to the networking cause problems, so I can't connect or can't with too much of network cables on the connection side. So in this part of my network, I need to use the wireless connecting, or we call it mesh network in Cisco's. So 3802 Cisco AirEngine access point, which is a Wi-Fi 5, very stable. So use it to connect some old printers or some workstations that does not have Wi-Fi capability. So I can add an AX210 to the workstation. So it should be the P310 SFF or something like that, or some of my old Cisco phones that does not support Wi-Fi, like CP8851. So, and we'll send back to the rack. So like some PoE cameras are all connected back to the rack. So currently, I have same infrastructure. So this is upgrading infrastructure. So I have nearly same infrastructure designed, which is installed on a workstation. So I install Proxmox and runs all the surfaces, all the core surfaces, such as the iKuai as my main router. So also the Cisco Catalyst 9800, we call the AC controller. So this sends command or send everything to firmware to the access point to control the roaming or something like that, and Telskill virtual machines and some other surface virtual machines or open speed tasks. So Proxmox does a lot of things and reduce my cost on, so I does not need to deploy a lot of hardware machine. And currently, just as its name, so all the services are being deployed on this tiny PC. It's the Lenovo ThinkStation P310 SFF. And also I deployed Cisco Catalyst 9800 CLI controller. It is currently controlling a bit of access points, such as the 9130. 9130 to provide me 12x12 members, and with some clean air deployment, clean air and Apple fastline deployment. So you provide a higher airtime, or Cisco said we provide the best Apple with here for fastline. They call it ASR, or they call it a fastline. Yeah, fastline. So they combine a QoS deployment. So we provide, I think it's around 30% increasement in connecting with Apple device. So the whole network is connected with one access point only, which is my Catalyst 9130. I get around 650 RMB, which is cost around 50 or 70 US dollars, which is very cheap. And as you see, 2 access points deployed and 18 clients being connected. So you can see some old or some new laptops or phones being connected on one Catalyst 9130. They use traffic. They use a lot of traffic, so 110 gigabytes of traffic. It's very stable, accessible, and a very good very good system to deploy, as the 9800 controller does not need you need to spend any money. It's license free, just like the Ubiquiti. You don't need to spend money on the license. I like the Catalyst 9800, and I do FlexConnect deployments. I do FlexConnect deployment on SSIDs, so I can point back the SSID to specific VLAN, such as we have the employee network, IoT network. So every network can just point back to the specific WAN access. So it's a very good controller for home use or the Homelabs. So, and also other than that, I also have some CCTV deployments. So it should be the high conditions PoE or mini PTZ cameras. So they will connect back to the rack. So currently the rack is being designed to install a couple of devices, such as the upgrading. After upgraded, I did want to upgrade with the HPE DL20 Gen10. So it's a pretty small and pretty mini rack surface. Yeah, just like this. So you can install a couple of SSDs and a couple of rooms in the back, or even the smart storage area controllers. So it's much smaller compared than to the big DL380s. So couples of RAMs installed in, just like the PC 10 SFF, and I can install the E278. So for better connectivities and better stabilities, as in the high-end machine. The DL20 Gen can provide you CRPS or HPE flexible power supplies, so shares electricity. So it's very stable machine, seems like. So it will cost you around 1,400, I think. It's very cheap in my country, or you can find it at Goldfish. And other than that, the core switch I've designed to like to have is the Mercury SD108 P Pro. Spend around 300 RMB, which is around 40 US dollars. It's very cheap, and it provide 8 PoEs connection. So it will give me my powers and the internet connection to all of my access points and some PoE cameras. Also, I'm add a 10 gig switch for core switching, but let's just still have a thinking about it, and need some networking cables. So the Catalyst 9130 need a PoE plus, so that's why I chose Cisco, because as such as in other vendors, it provides you high performance connections. So you can see the Aruba AP555, but it requires you to have a PoE plus connections, which is over 78 watt. It's ultra high performance. Yes, it's very high performance. It provides you 8x8, but it needs you a PoE plus switch. That's very expensive compared to the Cisco 9130, which only require you the PoE plus switch. Or other vendors such as the Broadcast R850s, so also require you a PoE plus to unlock the full enterprise performance, up to 35 watts. So cost me a lot of powers, and the PoE plus switch will cost you a lot of money. So I think the C930, Catalyst 9130, just gives you a little bit of power. Such like this. So Catalyst 9130AXI. So it enables 8x8 MIMOs and 4x4 MIMOs on 2.4 GHz, 802.380, and giving you 5 GB per second of link speed, to 25.5 watt available. Just eat to the 25 watts of power, which supply the PoE plus. And I don't need a USB connection, or you need IoT plugins for the USB connection, but I don't need it. So I think the 802.380 which does the jobs, and I don't need USB. So it provides 8x8 MIMOs to connect on all my things. So it's very high performance access point. So according to Cisco said they have a tri-radio mode, they have TWT-BSS, OFDMA, CS, RF ASIC, so all of the Wi-Fi 6 standards, or even if I compare with some some other brands or some vendors of access point, which I also tried, like the AirEngine 87060X1. So it does provide 12 by 12 MIMO, but it's just same problem as the Aruba, HPE Aruba, or the routers that require you PoE++. So I think that's why the Cisco 9130 is the best access point, so you can deploy easily in your home. As the 9130, you can use the free Cisco Catalyst 9800CL controller, so you can simply download all this firmware or ISO, so you can deploy easily with just a free Cisco account. But you can't download the HPE AC controller or the Raspberry VSG that require you a license, or you just support one access point. But 9800 just give you 50 a license of access point for free. And like the Cisco 2901, so I get it from other space for free. So it's a very old router. So I don't want to let it as a router, as I can use as a voice gateway. So you can see the ISR2901, I just explore it and I see it's very quiet. So it's have a first small fans and its RPM very low. So if I compare it to other brand of vendors, the Cisco 2901, ISR2901 just have a very low of noise. And you can see there's around 8 or 6 pluggable, I think Cisco call it MWIC, or Cisco FXO2. So they have this NIM port. I can just plug into the routers and install some PVDM to convert the analog signal to digital signals. So you can zip trunk into your FreePBX systems, and you can just got register on your Cisco phone, such as your CP8851. So that's how the VoIP system I'm planning to do or works like. So here's currently how I do an infrastructure or planning the wireless or the wired network. So thanks.